My name is Welby-Cooke. I'm the master franchisee for ActionCOACH in Southern Africa, so looking after South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Lesotho, Swaziland, and launched ActionCOACH in South Africa in 2007. So after a long corporate career, found the right business and have been doing it ever since. So before launching ActionCOACH in South Africa, my background is actually in banking, and quite ironic that I used to lend people money and saw really good entrepreneurs, really hardworking people really suffer through paying back the bank, and the business plan never seemed to work out, and got to the point where I was tired of banking, tired of lending other people money, needed to do something for myself, and then really came across an advert that said, are you passionate about business and helping others? And since 2007, I think nothing has changed. We're still passionate about business, passionate about helping others, and do that on a daily basis. So when I looked at joining ActionCOACH, there was a couple of things that really stood out for me. Obviously, the first one was the vision, world abundance through business re-education. And abundance is something that we talk about, but none of us really grow up knowing it's possible. And instead of fighting for the slice of the pie, we help grow that. And that was really important for me. A global company that has local relevance. And that's the beauty of it. So a company that's been operating for over 30 years, but that works in third world markets, that works in first world countries, and in all markets, all economies, all business. And really the supportive kind of culture. We practice what we preach. We're authentic, we're congruent, we use the same tools to run our businesses as we do when we help clients run theirs. And the mix of that is what really excited me about the business. So as a master franchisee, as an ML for Southern Africa, there's a range of different responsibilities. Obviously, I'm the brand ambassador, so I look after the brand quality and the professionalism thereof. That's very important because we're all associated by that, and I think that's very important. But at the same time is support and lead our coaching team. So making sure that they are successful, making sure that the business delivers to their goals, their aspirations, their dreams, and then at the same time bringing on more credible people. Coaching is a great business model that experienced people can come and use to add value to, let's call it, their second career, and making sure that we marry that. So a business should always be a vehicle that serves you. So on the one side, make sure that ActionCOACH could be a business that serves you if you became a business coach, but at the same time, all our clients, making sure that we get their businesses to serve them and be more successful. And if more successful businesses are out there, if more businesses thrive, then pretty much everybody wins. That's the beauty about what we get to do. If I think about success stories that I've experienced in ActionCOACH, there's probably a whole range of them at multiple different levels. I think personally, one of the most amazing experiences that I can remember in ActionCOACH, we get to travel a lot every year. We have a global conference in some of the most amazing parts around the world. And I remember standing on the Great Wall of China in Beijing, and we'd gone to a section of the wall that was quite isolated. And just standing there in that awe of what was built and thinking, I'd never thought I'd be on the Great Wall of China, and here I was experiencing this 1,000-year-old culture, this 1,000-year-old monument. And that was really a profound experience for me. I think a couple of moments with clients stick out. We've had some of the most amazing results with clients, but I remember two examples in particular with our annual client conference that we have. It was post midnight, and the work had finished, the awards had finished, and everybody was dancing and having a good time. And one of our lady clients came to me and she said, I don't know when last I was awake past 12 o'clock, let alone having so much fun. And I can be here. I've got a business that's working. I've got a family that's really successful, and it's all your ActionCOACH is doing. And yes, the clients put in the work, but to hear the impact of people's, not just the business, but what the business does to their lives, I think that stands out. And at a similar event, another lady said to me, she introduced me to her husband. She was the client, and she said, I finally had a space where I feel I belong. Because I was always isolated as a business owner. I always had to go to my husband's end of year functions, and now I could bring him to mine, she said, which was obviously hers. She took ownership for that. So those ones and everything else that goes with it. We've seen literally babies become adults. We've seen people graduate school. We've seen families develop. We've seen lives transformed. And I think that's always something that I have to remind myself and our team of. we don't work in the normal world. Our reality is different. People come to us with their struggles, they come to us with their challenges, and it's a positive, empowering environment where we do make a difference. And the danger is we could even take that for granted sometimes. We think a client gets 20% growth, we think a lazy client. No, 20% is profound. Just because we get 2,000 and 3,000 and 30,000% growth, what we do really, really changes people's lives, and that's the inspirational part. So if you're considering joining Action Coach, I think the most important thing is to align where you're wanting to go as an individual, what you're wanting from life, and seeing how the business kind of serves that. I think this is the simplest business on the planet. And that doesn't mean it's easy, because no business is easy, but you have to get a client and you have to keep a client. And just like coaching in the sports world, if you're adding value and the relationship is good, you'll keep the client. So if you have the experience, don't waste it. Don't go flip burgers or do something silly. Give back. And this business allows you to do that. Allows you to meet people around the world, allows you to travel, it allows you to learn and grow. And if those are things that are exciting for you, then don't look any further, because this business provides for all of that. And since 2007, I'm still experiencing that every single year. For me, maybe in closing, I think business is a fascinating concept, because we talk about business all the time. We know how important it is for economies and for the future and all the rest of it. But sadly, we still don't teach people how to run businesses anywhere in the world. Yet business is the only thing that provides for life. And I know that sounds a little bit maybe too economically prone, but we wouldn't have drinking water if there wasn't a business. We wouldn't have fresh air, telecoms, transport if there wasn't a business behind it. And it's fine to know the product, it's fine to know the service, but it's all these other things that make you successful. And that's our business. That's what we get to do on a daily basis. So to be part of that success, to honestly see how when you fix a business, everybody wins. Lives win, health wins, relationship wins, but more people get employed, more people get increases. Yes, we don't want to pay more tax, but more tax gets paid, and the ripple effects are everywhere. So it is probably the simplest but most profound and rewarding business I think exists. I think the only thing that comes close is maybe being a teacher. Sadly, you don't get to see the fruits of your labor, because I often ask people, have you ever gone back to thank your teacher? No. People thank their coach all the time. People say things like, I love my action coach. And that's truly a rewarding space to be. So if you are in that space, you don't have to look any further. This is probably the business for you.